When Allah chooses someone for a higher purpose, He often begins by separating them from the noise of the world. This loneliness that we sometimes fear, that ache of isolation we wish away so quickly, it may actually be one of the most divine signs in our lives. Because when Allah isolates, He is not punishing, He is preparing, He is not excluding you, He is elevating you. Every soul that carried a divine mission, from the prophets to the righteous, walked through a season of deep solitude. It is in those moments when no one seems to understand you, when the world's distractions fade away, that Allah begins to refine your inner world. We must understand that solitude in the life of a believer is not a void, it is a sacred space. When Allah removes certain people from your life, when He closes certain doors, when He makes you walk a path that feels unbearably quiet, it is because He wants to make you not the noise of society, not the endless chatter of comparison, but the voice of your own soul, and through it, the whisper of His guidance. Sometimes the greatest mercy is not in being surrounded by love and comfort, but in being stripped of them, so you learn that only Allah truly remains. Think of Prophet Musa Moses Arabic. Tain Arabic, Lam Arabic, Yet Arabic, Ha Arabic, Lif Arabic, Lam Arabic, Sin Arabic, Lam Arabic, Lif Arabic, Meme. Before he could stand before Pharaoh, he had to spend years in isolation in Madian, away from his people, away from the palace he grew up in. Alone, confused, yet under divine supervision. Prophet Yusuf Joseph Arabic. Tain Arabic, Lam Arabic, Yet Arabic, Ha Arabic, Lif Arabic, Lam Arabic, Sin Arabic, Lam Arabic, Lif Arabic. Meme was separated from his family, thrown into a well, imprisoned for years, but each phase of isolation was essential in shaping the strength, wisdom, and purity that would later define his mission. Even our beloved Prophet Muhammad letter, FDFA, before revelation came, would retreat to the cave of Hira, seeking silence. It was in that silence that the word of Allah descended upon him. Loneliness became the birthplace of revelation. You see, when Allah loves a person, He doesn't make their journey comfortable, He makes it meaningful. And meaning often grows in solitude. It is in those long, quiet nights when you're lying awake wondering why life feels so heavy that your heart begins to mature in ways comfort never could. The loneliness you feel is not a sign of divine neglect, it is evidence of divine attention, because Allah does not waste the tears of the chosen ones. Every pang of isolation, every unanswered call, every friendship that fades, they all carry a message. You are being redirected to the only one who will never leave you. Psychologically, solitude forces reflection. It exposes our dependence on validation, our attachment to worldly acceptance. Spiritually, it refines sincerity. It teaches us to do good not because we're seen, but because we're accountable to the unseen. Loneliness tests the heart's resilience. It asks, will you still believe even when no one applauds your faith? And when you pass that test, your relationship with Allah becomes unshakable. You stop worshipping for approval, and you start living for purpose. So perhaps the next time you feel alone, don't rush to escape it. Sit with it, listen to what it's trying to teach you. Maybe Allah has silenced the world so that He can speak directly to your heart. Maybe your isolation is not the absence of His mercy, but the proof of it. Maybe He has chosen you to know Him in a way others cannot, through the beauty of stillness, through the wisdom of patience, through the quiet strength that only comes when you walk alone with Him. When Allah isolates you, it's because He wants to elevate you. And when He makes you lonely, it's because He's preparing you to carry something sacred, something the crowd would never understand. So don't curse the loneliness, sanctify it, because sometimes being alone is not being left behind, it's being chosen to walk closer to Allah than ever before. When a believer reaches a point of brokenness, the world often sees failure, but Allah sees readiness. What appears to be your lowest moment might actually be your most sacred one. Because Allah does not break a heart except to rebuild it upon something stronger, purer, and truer. The very act of being broken, of feeling like you've lost control, like your plans have fallen apart, is a sign that Allah is doing a deeper kind of construction inside you. He is reshaping you from within in ways you cannot yet understand. Brokenness is painful because it dismantles illusion. It removes the false layers of pride, the comfort of certainty, the illusion that we are self-sufficient. And that's exactly what makes it so transformative. When your plans collapse, when your relationships end, when the people you trusted turn away, all these fractures are not meant to destroy you. They are meant to reveal what was fragile all along. You see, sometimes Allah must remove the things that stand between you and Him, even if those things were once blessings. Because if they now distract you from your purpose, they have outlived their divine role in your story. Psychologically, we often interpret pain as punishment, but in truth, pain is one of Allah's most powerful tools of purification. It humbles the heart, clears away arrogance, and reminds us of our dependency on Him. When a person is broken, they stop pretending. They stop performing strength, they stop chasing illusions, and in that raw, honest state, the soul becomes real again. It begins to see the world without filters, and that is when the journey toward Allah truly begins. You can't reach Him through perfection, you reach Him through surrender, and surrender only happens when you realize how powerless you are without Him. Think about Prophet Yab Job Arabic, Teen Arabic Lam Arabic Yet Arabic, Ha Arabic Lif Arabic Lam Arabic, Seen Arabic Lam Arabic Lif Arabic, Meme a man stripped of wealth, health and even companionship. Yet his brokenness became his greatest testimony of faith. It wasn't his prosperity that made him beloved to Allah, it was his patience in pain. His entire story teaches us that the breaking of the body or the loss of comfort is never a sign that Allah has withdrawn His mercy. It's often the exact opposite. It's in those cracks that the divine light enters. It's through loss that we find the depth of our reliance on Allah. When your heart breaks, don't just ask asterisk, why me? Asterisk, ask asterisk. What is Allah trying to teach me? Asterisk, because every pain carries a message. Sometimes it's teaching you detachment, sometimes it's teaching you empathy, sometimes it's simply reminding you that this life was never meant to be perfect. The believer's heart learns to see meaning even in misery, and once you start seeing through that lens, pain no longer feels like punishment, it becomes purification. From a spiritual perspective, brokenness is a mercy disguised as hardship. It removes the barriers that keep your heart distant from Allah. When everything around you collapses, you have no choice but to look upward, and in that upward gaze, you rediscover who truly sustains you. The people who left, they were never the source. The wealth that vanished, it was never the sustainer. The plans that failed, they were never the authors of your destiny. It was always Allah and only Allah. So if you are broken today, remember, your heart is being reshaped by the one who knows exactly how to heal it. Let Him rebuild you, even if it means letting go of what once defined you. Let Him rewrite your story, even if the ink of pain still feels fresh. Because sometimes the most beautiful chapters begin right after the page that broke you. And when you finally rise from that brokenness, softer, humbler, more aware of Allah, you will realize that what broke you never actually destroyed you. It delivered you, it brought you home. When life tests you, it's easy to think something has gone wrong, that Allah has turned away, that your prayers have gone unheard. But in truth, the opposite is often happening. The most severe tests come not because Allah has forgotten you, but because He has chosen you for something higher. Tests are not signs of divine neglect, they are signs of divine attention. The more Allah loves someone, the more carefully He molds them. And molding always involves pressure. It involves discomfort and sometimes deep pain. We often mistake ease for favor and hardship for rejection, but the Quran reverses that logic. Allah says He tests those whom He loves. Every prophet, every righteous soul walked through storms that seemed unbearable. Prophet Ibrahim Abraham Arabic. Tain Arabic Clam Arabic Yet Arabic Ha Arabic Lif Arabic Clam Arabic Seen Arabic Clam Arabic Lif Arabic. Meme was asked to leave his family in the desert. Prophet Musa Moses Arabic. Tain Arabic Clam Arabic Yet Arabic Ha Arabic Lif Arabic Clam Arabic Seen Arabic Clam Arabic Lif Arabic. Meme fled his homeland and faced an empire alone. Prophet Yusuf Joseph Arabic. Tain Arabic Lam Arabic Yet Arabic Ha Arabic Lif Arabic Lam Arabic Seen Arabic Lam Arabic Lif Arabic. Meme was betrayed, imprisoned and forgotten. And our beloved Prophet Muhammad Letteref, DFA, the most honored of creation, buried his children, faced rejection from his people, and endured hunger and loss. Yet through every trial, their faith did not diminish, it deepened. Their pain was not a punishment, it was a passage. This is a truth we struggle with psychologically. We want comfort, but growth never happens there. Just as the body grows stronger by facing resistance, the soul matures through struggle. Every hardship is an invitation to rise above dependency on the world and to anchor yourself in reliance on Allah alone. When Allah takes something away, He's not being cruel. He's reminding you that nothing lasts but Him. When He delays your dreams, He's not denying them, He's aligning them with what's best for your soul. We often measure success by how smoothly life goes, but Allah measures it by how deeply you trust Him when it doesn't. Spiritually, tests are mirrors. They show us what's hidden, our weaknesses, our attachments, our doubts. They force us to confront who we truly are when comfort is gone. When everything is easy, it's simple to say, I trust Allah. But when everything falls apart, when nothing makes sense, that's when faith becomes real. It's in those moments that belief transforms from theory into truth. Tests strip away pretense. They expose whether we love Allah for what He gives or for who He is. Philosophically, tests reveal something profound about the nature of divine love. Allah tests not to break, but to refine. The blacksmith applies heat to shape metal, not to destroy it. Likewise, Allah's tests burn away the impurities of the soul until only sincerity remains. You may lose comfort, but you gain clarity. You may lose people, but you find purpose. You may lose your plan, but you rediscover His. And once you understand that perspective, every hardship becomes a lesson rather than a loss. Even the Prophet DFA said, *, the most tested people are the prophets, then those closest to them. *, this means that pain is not random, it is proportionate to potential. The heavier your test, the greater your capacity, the lonelier your path, the higher your calling. Tests are Allah's way of strengthening the hearts He intends to use for something extraordinary. And that is why the chosen ones often walk through valleys before they climb the mountain. So the next time you are tested, do not ask *, why me? Ask *, what does Allah see in me that He trusts me with this test? *, because the very fact that you are tested means you are seen, chosen, and capable in the sight of your Creator. Endure with patience. Trust His wisdom even when it feels hidden. The storm that shakes you today might be the same storm that washes away what no longer serves your soul. There comes a point when every believer must walk through a season that makes no sense, when prayers seem unanswered, when plans crumble, and when silence from Allah feels almost unbearable. But what if that silence isn't neglect, but design? What if what feels like isolation is actually the early stage of illumination? The truth is, Allah never leaves a soul in darkness except to prepare it to carry light. Every delay, every unanswered prayer, every lonely night, they are all threads in a divine pattern you cannot yet see. The chosen ones throughout history didn't just endure hardship, they were shaped by it. Their isolation was not a punishment, it was a classroom. Think of Prophet Yusuf Joseph Arabic, Tain Arabic Lam Arabic Yet Arabic Ha Arabic Khalif Arabic Lam Arabic Seen Arabic Lam Arabic Khalif Arabic. Meme in the prison cell. On the surface it was injustice, he was forgotten by people. But in the unseen realm, Allah was preparing a king's counselor, training him in patience, resilience, and wisdom. What looked like confinement was actually the path to elevation. When Allah isolates, He educates. When He hides you from the world, it's because He's cultivating something within you that cannot yet survive public exposure. Philosophically, this is one of the most profound truths of faith. Allah often works in the unseen. We live in a world that worships visibility, recognition, success, validation. But divine work often happens in silence. The heart that endures isolation with faith develops a kind of vision that those intoxicated by the world can never know. When Allah takes you away from people, He teaches you to depend on Him. When He keeps you waiting, He refines your sincerity. When He delays your breakthrough, He deepens your gratitude. You begin to understand that His absence is never real. It is only a hidden presence waiting to be revealed when the time is right. Psychologically, the period of isolation challenges every part of us that seeks control. We like predictability. We like understanding what's next, but Allah doesn't grow us through certainty. He grows us through trust. When you can't see what He's doing, but you still choose to believe He's doing something good, that's when faith matures. That's when your duh stops being a demand and becomes a dialogue. That's when your patience transforms from passive waiting into active surrender. And that surrender, that quiet inward trust, is the soil in which divine illumination grows. When Allah finally unveils His wisdom, the pain that once confused you becomes the proof of His mercy. The loneliness that felt unbearable becomes the evidence of His nearness. What once seemed like rejection begins to look like redirection. You start to see how everything that fell apart was actually falling into place, just not according to your timing, but His. And when you look back, you realize that every unanswered prayer was actually answered in a higher form. You were not being delayed, you were being developed, you were not being forgotten, you were being refined. Spiritually, this realization is liberating. You stop measuring life by how many of your plans work out, and you start measuring it by how deeply you trust Allah when they don't. You start seeing meaning where others see misfortune. You stop asking for an easier path, and instead ask for a stronger heart. That's what happens when isolation turns into illumination. The very place that once broke you becomes the place where you discover who you truly are and who Allah has always been. So if you are in that season right now, if life feels quiet, uncertain, lonely, don't rush the process. Don't despise the silence. Somewhere in that stillness, Allah is writing the part of your story that will make sense of everything.